Hi, Baddies. Welcome to Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. I am so glad all of you are here today, and I hope all of you are doing well and taking very good care of yourself. Today, I'm doing a pick a card reading. This one is all about this message will find you when you need it most. So these should be really enlightening and interesting readings, and I'm so glad all of you are here to hear the message. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. It's truly wonderful to have you. I hope you will stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or member, hello, lovely. How are you? Are you taking care of yourself? I'm really concerned. All of you drink your water, get some sleep. I know things are rough, but I appreciate you stopping by, and I truly hope these messages get to you at the right moment and they're exactly what you need to hear. That's what I am manifesting for this video, that the most powerful, most meaningful, most healing messages that you need to hear right at this moment come through this video. So this should be really enlightening, I think, and maybe a lot of fun. So now this is also a pop-up reading. So how this works is I take a deck. Okay, in this case, I'm going to use the Green Witch's Oracle deck, and we're going to shuffle it up, and whatever cards come out are going to be the selections. And then I'm going to pull as I go for each group. And that's how a pop-up reading works. All right, so let's get into it and get to shuffling these cards. And I love the back of these. They're so beautiful. I just love them so much. I want to just do ASMR, just click them. All right, so how are we doing? You know, if you need to decompress in the comments, it's fine. It's just you and me here. You know, if you need to say, hey, this is what's up, you know, drop it below. It's okay. We all need that sometimes. A little catharsis for the soul. Never hurt anyone, right? And boy, all of us, no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, it's rough, okay? And we're going to be okay. We're going to be all right, okay? Everything is going to be okay. I'm telling you. All right? You are a warrior. You are a survivor. And sometimes the survivors need a little TLC, okay? So that's what we're going to try to give you today. Doesn't mean there might not be some tough love in there too. Because your auntie has to shoot it straight all the time. All right, well, that card came out. So let's see. Group 1. We have Potion, Invigoration, and Empowerment. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, I love this. What a delightful card. Invigoration and empowerment. I'm going to set that there. I hope you guys can see it. Should I scoot it a little closer for you? Okay. How about here? Is that better? Maybe a little back. Let's go all OCD. Let's OCD right now with Auntie. You might have to scoot down though. Okay, we'll put this one here. Okay, group 2. Group 2. Tell me about my group 2. What do they need to hear right now? Most healing message for my group 2. Most empowering message. What do they need to hear right now? What's important? What matters most? I'm still drawn to this card. We have Altar, Gratitude, Releasing Burden. Ooh. Releasing burden. Look at that altar. Beautiful. Beautiful. This deck would make a great deck to kind of use on an altar space or a daily affirmation deck, I think. It's just really lovely. Okay, group 3. All right, group 3. Ooh. Group 2, you have a lot of energy there. Tell me about my group 3. What do they need to hear at this moment? What do they need to know? So say I. So say I. What does that mean? So say I. Woo! Woo, well those flew off the that happens with me, but this one stayed. So this is the one we're going to take. We have autumn, beauty, balance. Woo! I feel a particular energy, but I'm not going to say. Should I? Well, if you watch this, because not everybody does, I feel a little air energy here. It feels Libra, okay? Just saying. All right? But you didn't hear that from me. Don't tell the other kids. All right. So I hope all of you guys can see your little cards there. All right, so these are going to be your selections. I will show them one more time. We'll do a little showcase. So group 1, this is going to be your card. It is Potion, Invigoration, Empowerment. When you find this, you will find this when you need this most. That's how I've worded it. You will find this when you need this most. You will find, this message will find you when you need it most. Your auntie will get herself together one of these days, but that day is not today. Group 2, you are altar, gratitude, and releasing burden. Gratitude and releasing burden. It feels good. It feels good. It feels like an ice cream cone. What flavor? I don't know. Autumn, group 3. Autumn, beauty, balance. Feels like October, feels like Libra season, maybe Scorpio. All right. I will insert a picture for those of you guys who want to take a moment. You'll have to pause it because I don't do a video on these. I just do a little picture. So you can take a moment, pause it, and see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, you're probably going to have more than one message here for you. A lot of times my readings kind of blend into each other. With that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 1, all of you that selected Potion, this is going to be the message that will find you when you need it most. All right. And you selected the Potion card, which is Invigoration and Empowerment. And this is a really lovely energy. It feels refreshing. Let me get that glare off the card. All right. So let's get a few more from this deck. Okay, this is the Kitchen Witches Oracle deck. Here's the back if you'd like to see. It's so pretty. All right. And it's definitely kitchen witchy. All right, spirits, tell me, what does my group 1 need to hear right now? The most healing, empowering, authentic message for my group 1. Be sure to take what resonates here and leave the rest behind, okay? Just a little bit is all you're going to need. Just a little bit is what I'm hearing. Just a little bit. We have trunk, stability, loyalty, reliability. We have sickle, focus, regrowth, letting go. Cauldron, creation, opportunity, caring. Okay, so, we have this letting go energy, and you may be in a cycle of letting go. And it may feel like I'm getting this energy of this endless feeling of this cycle of letting go is just endless, this loss. I keep losing people or money or opportunities never come for me. They come for others, but they don't come for me. And I'm kind of getting lost in the darkness of it. I'm kind of getting lost. I'm losing hope is what it feels like. And I got to tell you, that's fair. That's valid. We don't talk about it much in the spiritual community about losing hope. But I'll tell you something. Your Auntie Amy, I often talk about, I held on to hope. But there were days where it was very small. And I wouldn't say that you've lost hope, but your hope is very small. It's a smidge. It's just a little pinch of hope. And I feel like this message really is about all you need is a smidge, a smudge, a pinch of hope. And it is your ability to find the hope. The hope in letting this go. And it's hard. It's hard. I know it is. I've been here. Some of you guys have let go of dreams, of people you truly love. There's been loss to people crossing over to the other side. There's been loss of people you can't talk to anymore because of toxicity. There's been loss of due to court battles and all sorts of things. And the thing is that letting go is going to bring you tranquility. It's going to bring you a path of peace because you're living in the shadows of what was. You're living in the land of ghosts. There is no milk and honey there for you. There's some really great energy coming with your ability to let this go. There's a regrowth coming. When you trim it away, new buds will begin on your tree. Okay. We have a tree here. It's a trunk. And I feel like there's new buds coming. See the leaves here. We have stability, loyalty, and reliability. You may feel like you haven't had a lot of stable relationships or stability in general in your life. You may be experiencing that now to the point where, you wonder if anyone has your back. Maybe people have seemed very flighty to you and not necessarily disloyal, but you question, you doubt situations and people, especially after this experience of needing to let go of ghosts from the past. You hold on to those because you're like, I want to remember so I don't repeat this, right? But you can remember and gain the wisdom of the situation without dragging the ghosts with you. You got to let go of the ghosts. You got to let your heart heal up from what happened. You deserve that. And you can't heal your heart up from what happened if you're dragging the ghosts with you. It doesn't mean that you don't remember, but instead of the feeling of being incomplete or somehow it's your fault or feeling the negativity of it, we move into what we learned. It's not your fault. Shit happens. You have to hold your ground eventually in life to survive. Sometimes we have to cut people out. Sometimes we have to move on. Sometimes we appear ruthless and we become the villain in other people's stories because we are living in a state of self-preservation, and that is okay and valid. You owe it to yourself to validate yourself in this situation. When you self-validate, no one can take that from you. Only you know what you've been through. No one else knows what you've been through. It's hard because some of you feel like, you've been judged harshly, and you have. People have not been good to you. The sickle is tough. It's hard. But letting it go doesn't mean that there isn't still healing to do. It doesn't mean that the relationships didn't have some value. It just means you're no longer living in the past. You're saying, you know what? I need to move forward and I have to let the ghosts go. And then you move into the forward. You move into the future. You move forward. And you build a relationship with yourself where you are there for you. And the ways that the situation with the letting go you didn't experience. So let's get into this with the tarot here. I'm feeling this tarot. Tell me about this situation. You're going to fill up your own cup, okay? You're going to fill up your own cup instead of your cup being full of toxic sludge from the past. You are going to take that cup and you're going to dump it and clean it out. We have the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. There's a balancing coming. It's going to be very healing and very grounding. There is a regrowth within yourself of a renewed sense of who you are. It's going to give you a sense of self-empowerment. It's going to take you to a different level of self where you completely shift your perspective. It's going to take you from a disempowered state to an empowered state where you can build creatively in your life. We have the Six of Wands here, no reversals. And I want these two top cards in the bottom. We have the Two of Cups here. And we have the Hanged Man and the Moon. Cauldron, creation, opportunity, caring. I feel like there's something hidden here that's being considered. Okay? It's almost like this is out here. I feel like it's some kind of opportunity. it feels like a relief to your stagnation, a relief after the letting go, after this healing, when we get motion here, moving forward victoriously towards this hidden situation. Now, the hangman can mean many things, okay? But it also can mean happiness and bliss, because of the pose here can cause ecstatic trances in some tarot books. It talks about this, okay? And I feel like there's some happiness hidden here that you definitely cannot see. You cannot see this. And a lot of you can't feel it, okay? And it's an opportunity. And we have the Two of Cups here. And I feel like it's coming from someone who meets you eye to eye, okay? Eye to eye. This is somebody who is a friend. It may be a friendly coworker. It could be your person. It could involve business, but it definitely involves somebody who's bringing a cup. This is your cup. You have filled it up. You've cleaned it, you've purified it, and you've filled it yourself. And this person's bringing a cup as well. This cup is something to offer you because they've seen you fill your own cup. They've seen you with the victory. Move forward. It's like this is what's waiting for you on the other side. This is what Spirit has waiting for you. Well, not that card. It fell off the table. I don't take it. Unless I'm surely moved to do it, and I'm not moved to do it, okay? All right. So we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. You know, when we're talking about this right here, you know, this feels like someone who, you know, I feel like this Knight of Wands really is kind of your energy. This is the invigoration energy. This is the reigniting of your life with the Knight of Wands here. And really, we have like a releasing of burdens. A releasing of burdens here and moving forward. A releasing of these burdens. And I feel like this resurgence, you know, literally there is a grave here. And I just feel like there's a resurgence by this Knight of Wands coming out, being almost reborn and moving forward. And there is an accomplishment here. There's a sense of accomplishment. There's a sense of, yes, I still have issues, but I feel better. I feel better about myself. I feel better about my circumstances. And I feel like you give yourself space to be more of who you are, more authentic. It brings out your most authentic vibration and your most authentic creative self. I feel like there's some kind of breakthrough with this, with the scythe here, around creativity, around creating something. And this could be part of that as well. And it could be creating, you know, a couple creating something. It could be a partnership. It could be a collaboration here. It could be a new friend who comes in or a spiritual mentor. But understand this potion card really does speak of just a little bit. All it's going to take is a little bit of hope right now to get you on this journey, okay? A little bit of letting go. You just have to start the process. Now, what I'm getting from Spirit is some of you guys need to write a letter. It doesn't mean you send it, okay? You write a goodbye letter. Say the things you want to say. then let the letter go. However, you're guided to let the letter go. Okay. If you have their stuff around, go put it in a box and with salt in it and tape it up and put it in the corner of your closet or attic if you don't want to like get rid of it. Okay. Things have energy. Things can keep us stuck sometimes. We don't think about it, but it's true. They can keep us stuck. They can have a hold on us, especially if we spend a lot of time with them. Things can absorb our energy. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's do these cards. All right. Tell me what else is group 1 need to hear. We're not saying this is easy. Okay, some of you have some major things to let go of, and get help if you need it. That's what they're for. That's what professionals are for. Okay, this may be spirit telling you you need to get some help to help you let go. Some of you guys need to allow yourself to grieve, even if you have somebody you're just no contact with. People, you grieve people. You do. We're human beings and we need contact with other people. And when that contact is discontinued, no matter how, there's a grief process, no matter the connection. So give yourself space. We have salt, boundaries, and we have bewitched, you're under a spell. Let's get one more. Salt. I think the boundary thing can be painful sometimes. It can hurt. It can hurt to hurt feelings. It can hurt to be the one that has to put boundaries up. And I feel like for some of you, this card right here, there's something about your manifestations, okay, with this card. You may not think so, but if you've done any kind of spell work or manifestation work, you are in it right now. You are doing the work that it's going to take to manifest this thing over here that we talked about, this opportunity, person, whatever it is. You're in the work of it. And sometimes the work to manifest something, for the universe to make it happen, is intense. Okay? It's intense sometimes. And it takes us down pathways of shadow work. And we start to even forget what spell we cast, what manifestation we're working on, And actually, that's not a bad thing, because you kind of release it to the universe. And that means you're focused on the work. That's intense. And before you know it, things begin to happen because you're healing and you're beginning to align with what you casted or manifest or chanted or prayed for or danced for or whatever, or did art for, whatever you did. Oh, these two cards want to come out. Dance, freedom, beautiful. The forest, seeing the bigger picture. Y'all, some of you need some physical release. And I don't mean doing the cha-cha with your partner, okay? I'm talking about some alone soul time. Some of you need to dance under the moon. Some of y'all need to howl at the moon. I know I sound crazy here. Some of y'all need a primal release. You need to go out in the woods. Do this on your property. You get permission. Or just go out in your yard and look at the sky. Spend time in your consciousness experiencing freedom. Be boundless. Experience the boundness of your consciousness. Because right now, you may be feeling very bound, very confined by what's going on in the world. And some of you, it's overwhelming. But I need you to focus on your microcosm. Because focusing down on your microcosm and giving your body, your primal self, some kind of release is going to help you get clarity so that you can let go. It's going to help you grasp that little smidge of hope we talked about at the beginning of this reading. It's going to help you see it and grab it. That's going to help you get into flow and change things. And you're going to start to see things unfold. And you're going to start to remember, oh, this manifestation, that manifestation. You're going to begin to see the changes within yourself and other things you want to do. The road to where you want to go, the journey can be long. And it's a journey of change. And yes, it can be incredibly intense and painful. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I have yet to understand the pain aspect. Really. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you pain makes you better. No, I don't believe that. You know, I have been through a lot of pain in my life. I don't think it's made me better. But I will tell you, I understand other people's pain on a different level because I've been there. And I understand and feel in my heart chakra your pain. This letting go is tough. So you need to be very, very soft with yourself. And I do not give a shit if other people around you think that you should be over it, you should move on, what's wrong with you? I don't care, and neither should you, because they are not you, and they don't understand your relationship, they don't understand who you are, and it's none of their business. Take time to be soft with yourself and grieve. Grieve to let go. Write the letters. Some of you, do a little sailboat, let them go. Do the balloon in the sky. Whatever it is, do all of it. Whatever it is to help you let go. Because you deserve to experience some freedom and some joy in your life. Because I feel like there is a bigger picture here for you. And the spirits around you want to help you move through this portal of loss into a portal of becoming. Almost like a rebirth situation, but it's so different. It's not really a phoenixing thing. It's like a deep soul rebirth of like the inner child. It is a deep soul rebirth of the heart chakra, and it's so tender. So I need you to stop being rough with yourself, okay? And I will tell you that I know that you can be rough with yourself because I spent years being rough with myself. Just the way I treated myself, the way I took care of myself, the way I talked to myself was ruthless. So I need you to be soft and tender with yourself. It will get you very far. And some of you, you need to do some daily affirmations, reminding yourself of your value and to be soft with yourself, tender with yourself. Leave a note if you have to on a mirror. Write some magical runes on your mirror. Some of you need to lock your mirrors as well. All right? Okay, group 1, That's what I receive for you. I really enjoyed doing your reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you, beautiful, magical baddies, on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 2, all of you that selected the altar. This is going to be your reading all about this message will find you when you need it most. All right, so let's get into it and get some cards for you. Let's pull a few more from the Green Witch's Oracle deck. I'll pull some more cards and find out more about what's going on for you. What do you need to hear? The best messages. Gratitude and releasing burden. Beautiful energy. Tell me more about group 2. The most healing messages, the most powerful messages. What do they need to hear? What's most important for my group 2? What do they need to hear? Tell me about it. Okay. Oh, got a couple cards that flipped out here. We have Rosemary, Remembrance, Loyalty, Faithfulness. We have Bird, Freedom, Opportunity. Okay. It feels like you guys are in doubt. It feels like you guys are in doubt of a situation, a person. Maybe you haven't had much luck with people being honest with you, or someone's lying to you. And I feel like there's like some kind of exhaustion here, like just so tired of always being put through this with people. Like, why do people do this? I feel it here. I also feel the presence of spirit here. And it's almost like you're losing faith in people in general, just like as a whole. We have harmony, acceptance, patience, sage. Okay, tell me more. I think you really want a harmonious, like, life, relationships. I think you want balance. And I think you desperately need some sacred space. The altar is about creating sacred space for self and for spirit. Some of you guys have a goddess here. I won't say her name, okay, because she's asked me not to. She's a goddess of light and the ocean, and she's asking for an altar, if you can make one, or to create sacred space, or to honor her in some way. If it's you, you know. We have burrow, exhaustion, questioning, motivations, realignment. Yeah, you've been questioning someone. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Do they love me? Do they like me? Like, why am I here? Like, why did they hire me? I don't understand what's going on. I feel confusion. It feels like there's a longing here for closeness and acceptance. This could be in your personal relationship. Like, you deeply want to be understood. I feel like you are extremely loyal, and there's a longing here to be understood. And oftentimes you are misunderstood, okay? And I think you're very gun shy about trusting people, because you haven't had many trustworthy people in your life, and you've trusted the wrong people, and you've been taken advantage of. And it's super difficult. And you have a situation in your life. This could be a partner, this could be a friend, it could be someone you're talking to, it could be a job offer, it could be at work, it could be in your family. Okay, lots of different things here. Okay, it's a general reading. So use your discernment. Okay. But there's something about the situation where you just don't trust what's going on. You don't trust them, or you're doubting the situation. You may even be doubting yourself. Like, why am I involved in this? Like, what is happening? You may be confused. Some of you guys are confused about love. You once had clarity about it, and now you're confused. We have a Venus retrograde coming, and we're in the pre-shadow, although this is a timeless reading, so you may be feeling this just in general. Venus retrograde really is about like reflection within self. Okay, it's retrograding, so we're going within the themes of love. Okay, what we want in relationships, what we want in all relationships within ourselves and others. So you may be kind of reflecting about the issues that you're confused about, and it may lead to you thinking, I'm seeing this one way now. So it may lead to you doubting someone. No reversals. We have the Queen of Wands here. We have the King of Wands. This is a couple. This is a divine counterpart energy. Divine counterpart energy, okay? Oh, just kind of take a deep breath. Okay. You don't see me pull that out of the deck every day. The Star. I feel like this is the energy between these two. Now, this does not have to be romantic, okay? It can be, all right? This could also be the energy within yourself. You may be a fire sign, you may be a water sign, you may be a Scorpio. We have the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, out in the cold. Woo, how did that happen? How did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? All this self-reflection, all this watching, all this reflecting about what happened, overthinking, overanalyzing. Well, I want to be sure. Do you? Is that what it is, the world? You're getting ready for a change. And you want to make sure, don't you? And you're just feeling left out in the cold about something. Some of you guys are afraid to rock the boat in this situation. You're afraid to speak up because you're afraid of loss, or you're afraid of being kicked to the curb. You're afraid of saying something because you're afraid you'll have to go somewhere. You'll have to leave. It won't work out. Tell me more about this. Tell me more. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, if this is romantic, you have to decide, okay? Either you trust them or you don't. If they are not trustworthy for real, if they are toxic for real, your sacred space may not include them, okay? Meaning me over here at Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot, do not endorse toxic relationships. Believe me. And I've been in several different manifestations, friends, bosses, relationships. And I know they are hard to get out of. But if it's not working, then it's not working. Okay? Do not be afraid, though, if you're in a relationship or whatever this relationship is, to speak up. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid that you're going to rock the boat. Don't be afraid. This fear you have, listen, not speaking up, first of all, it absolutely drowns your authenticity. You can't be authentic. You're not being real. You're not being real with people when you don't speak. People think it's fine. People think you're unbothered when you don't speak. And you're denying yourself true intimacy with someone or a situation, truly being seen as who you are. Do you want to be seen as who you are? I would think so, because the universe will respond to that in a very powerful way. It can be hard, you know? Perhaps, you're afraid that if this is romantic, that your partner will like go away. But we have the Knight of Cups here. And it feels like if this is romantic or whatever, that it will be met with compassion if you're real about what you say. You have to be real. That means you have to be vulnerable. I know. You have to be vulnerable. If you want close relationships, group 2, if you want to be known, if you want to be authentic, if you want to be all those things, if you want to have people in your life who you have a true bond with, you're going to have to be vulnerable. I know it's hard. Listen, I know it's hard. Woo, I know it's hard, honey. I know it's hard. I feel it. I feel it. I am with you. I understand, okay? But listen, here's the thing. If you speak your mind and someone leaves, they aren't for you. You can't hold your tongue for 20 fucking years. I mean, you can, but it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. And the issues don't go away. They don't. You may think, oh, it'll be fine. No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll fester for a while until it just becomes a horrible fight within yourself, and who knows what happens. You have to love yourself enough to give yourself a voice, a presence. I feel the fear of what you say not being accepted, not being okay. I can't guarantee that there's going to be, a cheerlead-a-thon afterwards. I can't guarantee you that the person's going to be just thrilled to pieces, but they will know you better. You will be known. And being known either builds emotional intimacy or it pushes the bad people away, the people not for you. And wouldn't you rather know? The steps of being vulnerable are tough. Sometimes it's easier to write it out. And maybe, text it to this person if you can. It's okay to have a little barrier. If you can't say things, it's a good start. It's a good place. Give yourself credit. Write them a little text. Some people may be like, oh, that's not okay. Yeah, it is. It's communication. And sometimes that's the best we can do. It's something. It doesn't have to be like a big grand thing. People always want to do these big grand things, and it's about energy and intention, not about the big show you put on. It's energy, it's intention. Okay. I'm going to pull from this deck for you guys. I don't use this deck a lot. I used to. Okay. Tell me more about my group 2. Tell me more. I feel a lot of warmth coming for you. I feel like you need to honor your sacred space, okay? And be mindful of who you let in. And make a commitment to yourself that if you're going to let someone in your sacred space, you are going to be willing to be authentic. And that means at times you will have to be vulnerable. So you don't want to let people into your sacred space that you wouldn't be vulnerable with. Now, there are levels of vulnerability. Okay. There's levels of that. And, you wouldn't let your boss in your sacred space. Okay, I'm just saying. Like, you're not going to let your boss in there. But I think you get my vibe. I think you understand. Okay. I sure hope so. All right. Tell me more about my group two. Tell me more. We have Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Ah, ah. I feel like your heart really does want to open up. I feel like you want to be very expressive in love. I think you want to open up and love like you did before all this shit happened to you. Aw, you have so much wonderful, loving energy to give. And a lot of you keep it bottled up, like it's all bottled up. And you wonder if the person you're with or potentially with is that person. And I feel like for a lot of you, they are. But you can't see it, you can't feel it because you haven't let them in your sacred space. You haven't let them in to this emotional well of love you have. And I feel like they're waiting. Now, some of you haven't met this person yet. Okay, they're still out there and they're kind of waiting energetically for this kind of like your ability to be more open. Okay. For some of you, this is like a friend or a collaborator who's kind of waiting for you to be more open when it comes to like working with people or accepting opportunities. Like the universe is gauging this openness because it's important. You're a person. And this amount of love you have is so wonderful. And it's meant to be shared. You can't fully experience this without the presence of the love of another. You're meant to share this. And it's hard for you because it requires vulnerability. And being vulnerable for you has been very scary in your life. And that's valid. It's a process. And you have such a beautiful inner temple, this card. Okay, this word I can't say. Where are you being called to journey to? I feel like your heart light is your homing beacon. And I feel like your home, your journey is to people. It's to a tribe, it's to a group. And it's a sense of presence with people. I think you have the ability to make other people feel at home and feel seen and feel heard because you haven't been. I think you're very sensitive to that. You have such a well within your heart chakra. You're a healer. Some of you guys are aligned with a master healer. Ascended master, some of them are called. There's a healing goddess here. A goddess who heals in a major way. We have Isis. Isis is around. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This is hard. It's happening for you, not to you. But you know what? It sure feels like it's happening to me. I feel there is a wall about vulnerability. And literally, there is no way around it. You have to crack it open. You just have to do it. But maybe, texting or writing can help you crack that wall a little bit more easily. because, this is hard. It's very difficult to be vulnerable when you know that being vulnerable in the past has maybe caused some really difficult circumstances. So it requires you to have faith. Do you have faith in the person that you want to be vulnerable to? You need to be vulnerable to. Do you have faith in your connection to them? I think that's the ultimate question that Spirit brings in. Do you have faith in it? Would you allow them in your sacred space? If the answer is yes, then it's time to allow yourself to be vulnerable. You can say, hey, it's hard for me to be vulnerable and I need to tell you this. And so, can you be compassionate in the fact this is very difficult? I'm trying to communicate. Now, if your person is your person or your friend or whoever this is, more than likely they care about you and they're going to be like, oh, well, yes, I can do that for you. You may be really surprised how they respond. So allow them to be there for you because they want to. Maybe you have been so quiet in your relationship that they've never really had to be there for you, and you're giving them the opportunity to do that. And this can bring you closer together. It can intensify the bond, whatever it is, friendship, romantic, family, whatever it is. And once you open up in this way, it becomes easier. It becomes less of a feeling of vulnerability and more a feeling of sharing, just being a person. It feels like ultimate vulnerability to you because it has been misused and abused. And it can be very hard to heal. And there are some things you can't heal by yourself, and this is one of them. And you need people around you can trust. And I feel like a lot of you have people around you who you can trust. So let's find out. Well, some of the cards flipped. I think they were flipped when I picked up the deck. So let's tell me about my group 2. Tell me about my group 2. Whoops, those fell off. I don't take the ones that fall off the table, y'all. No. Okay, this one. We have death. God, the end of the universe. Endings and beginnings. Influences health and longevity. Wow. Massive change here. Massive change for you. It feels very beautiful. It feels like wholeness here. It feels like I found a place I can be whole. We have the Hierophant, the merciful God, divine forgiveness, obtains friendship and favors of the great, secures promises. We have the Nine of Cups, God, the kindest giver, healing, preserving health, and cures diseases. Listen, many of you have someone who is there for you. You need to look and see, because you got somebody there for you who wants to be there for you. And I feel like learning to trust this person is going to transform you. Learning to trust yourself and the people you have in your life. Learning how to give all this that you have, all this good stuff you have. It's like you're holding all these gifts really close to your heart. And you're just like, I have all these gifts, I have all these abilities, I have all this love, I have all this good stuff, good vibe. But in order for me to give it, I have to be vulnerable, and I am terrified that people will eat me alive because they have before. And this is where champions are made. And you face the beast of fear, and instead of running, you pull out your sword of light. And you let it flow. You let the love flow, you let the gifts flow, and you stop judging yourself and others. And you allow the universe to move. This change is going to bring out leadership with you. People are going to look at you differently, especially the ones that feel this energy from you. Now, for some of you, there may be somebody who gets real serious about you, okay? Because they see you as this bright light. They see you, they feel the love from you. Maybe for the first time, they feel the intensity of your love, and they want that. Now, for others, they feel the intensity of your gift, of that thing, and they want that. But this Nine of Cups tells me that there is a beautiful wish fulfillment coming. A beautiful sense of wonder and joy. And it comes from allowing, just going with the change. Allowing the change to flow. Allowing the transformation to happen. No longer fighting it. I feel like some of you guys have this urge to kind of like open up, and you fight it. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting your urge to be more authentic. Stop fighting the urge to give more, or stop fighting the urge to flow or share, okay? Because this transformation is going to bring you a lot of happiness. It's going to bring you a lot of stability. The peace you seek is behind this. And there's going to be a lot to be grateful for. So right now, you may not be able to feel this light energy. You may not be able to connect with it because you're so tightly holding. And I'm going to ask you to begin to let go. Just your grip, just a little. Just a little. And see what happens. Begin to trust and see what happens. This sacred space around you is yours. And the people that are special, that know you and you trust, let them in a little bit. See what happens. Observe. I think you'll find that they are present for you more than you think. All right, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was an enlightening reading. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected Autumn, Beauty, and Balance. This is going to be your reading. This message will find you when you need it most. All right. This feels very Libra, Scorpio. Okay, but you don't have to be. It's just a feeling here with the pumpkin and autumn. So let's get some more cards and see what all the energy that wants to come out for you. Keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I feel a lot of energies like gathering here. I feel Venus and Aphrodite here as well. I feel Hecate. I feel Lilith here. Yes, Dark Mother. Let's pull some cards here. I feel the Morgan Sedowin. I probably said her name wrong, but we have Lavender, Tranquility, Kindness, Self-Care. 10, Maintenance, Encouragement, Guidance. I think we're going to take this card. Oak, Power, Courage, Strength. I think you guys are really hard on yourself. That's what I think. I think this is about your vessel, your health, your self-esteem, how you see yourself in the world, how you see yourself against other people, how you show up in the world. And we have a beauty here. And there's a need here to understand that perfection is not beauty. It's perfection. Perfection is more along the lines of something logical. It makes sense. Symmetry. Everything is perfect, mechanical, artificial. Beauty is something created. Now, it doesn't mean if you had a procedure, you're not beautiful, okay? Just take what resonates here. Hyperfixating on perfection leads to the minimizing of what makes self beautiful. You didn't incarnate into this vessel to spend your life hating on it, disliking it. It is your ship in this experience. Don't over-identify with it. You look different on the other side. This is just a shell. And some would say, you picked it. But that's controversial, so take it for what it is. Sometimes it's harder to make peace with it if you know you picked it. Because some of us have a vessel that just, it's like a jalopy sometimes. It just don't want to go. But even with those vessels, there is a kind of wisdom that comes with the life experience. This feels deep. It feels like you think that you are not beautiful. You do not think you're attractive. You may have some issues about how you look, how you speak, how you present to the world. And it's causing you to miss out on some things. But those things weren't meant for you, okay? The things that are meant for you are coming. But there's a need here to heal. There's a need here to be at peace with who and what you are, what you look like, how you talk, how you speak, how you sound, how you present yourself. Some of us are messy. It's okay. Some of us are tidy. Some of us are tall. Some of us are on the lower side of average in height. Some of us are wide. Some of us are slim. Some of us are curvy. Some of us are straight. Some of us are brainy. Some of us are bubbly. Some of us are all these things. We're just different, and we're meant to be. We have the soul. I am free. I have not bound anything. It's time to free yourself from these intense self-judgments and self-limiting views you have on yourself, on your vessel, on the decisions you've made, on the stuff you've done, on how you are right now. And it's time to look with gratitude about who you are today. It's time to free yourself from being bound up. Some of you guys are so hard on yourself that you can't even see your gifts. You can't even see your abilities. You have no tranquility and peace, because even when it appears to be peaceful in your life, the chaos of the self-inflicted judgment is just raging in your mind, in your heart. It truly makes me sad. But I know this, and I know where it comes from. The cave of eggs, we exist in and with each other. For a lot of you, this is from childhood. I know the pain of having people make fun of you, especially people who are supposed to take care of you. I know what it's like to have people not really take care of you. I understand that. So some of you just don't know how to take care of yourself, how to be good to you. And that's something you're being called to do. You got to be good to yourself. You got to be loving to yourself. The skull. Love has already won. The seventh power. Anger is information. I feel like some of you guys are taking your anger that you have about what happened to you out on yourself. It may be subconsciously. You have to stop blaming yourself for the things that happened to you. It wasn't your fault. It was not your fault. And you have to stop disliking yourself. You are brilliant. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. There is a universe within yourself, within your psyche. And you have so many wonderful things to experience in the world. But you can't really experience them because you're locked in this cavern where you can't even experience your own beauty. If you can't experience your own beauty, it's very hard to truly experience the beauty in the world. It's time to love hard on yourself. And fuck the haters. Fuck them. They hate on you because they hate themselves. And they got work to do. But you're going somewhere. And that's why this is coming up. Because where you're going requires you to love you, to know you're beautiful, to have confidence. Because what you want to do requires it. You are required to be like, yeah, babe, I'm beautiful. Yeah, babe, I got it together. I'm super confident and I can do this. You've already won. You just can't see it. There's nothing you have to do. You're beautiful. You don't have to have a makeover. You don't have to buy new clothes. You don't have to do anything but be your beautiful self. All right? Now, some of you, though, you're going to buy new clothes. You're going to do that thing because you're trying to do something. But there's nothing you really have to do but embrace yourself and allow yourself to blossom. I dropped those cards. I'm not getting them. Allow yourself to blossom. Allow yourself to grow into the person that you want to be, that you truly are. And Anna, the queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide, and I see and accept all that I am. I can't show you this card because there's boobies. So I'm going to put it over here. The queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. This is basically the card. There you go. That was a weird way to show you guys. You are courageous. And it takes an act of courage to say, I see myself. I see all of my flaws. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to accept them. Radical self-acceptance. I accept all my flaws. I know I may be lumpy and bumpy. I may have stretch marks. My face may not be what I want it to be. My hair may not be long. I may not be as tall as I want to be. I may not have the muscles I want to have. My feet may be big. My hair may be too curly. My hair may be too straight. I may feel like I'm too fat. I may feel like I'm too thin. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to accept this shit. I'm going to ride this vessel for all it's got. I'm going to start enjoying my life. I'm going to embrace it. And I'm going to live. I'm going to embrace my senses. How do you heal someone who's heartbroken about their vessel that they may have actually chosen? That's controversial, like I said, but you know, let it sit there. The best way to really engage the vessel and begin the journey of acceptance is to engage like the senses. Eat a beautiful piece of fruit and make it a little ritual, like sit yourself down with this beautiful piece of fruit or cake or whatever it is. Light a candle, put on some music, and concentrate on each bite you take. Go outside. It's windy, not a tornado, but it's windy, okay? And you feel the wind on your face. You feel the sun on your skin. Feel it. Be in the moment and feel it. When you plant your garden, feel the dirt in your hands. Feel it. Experience it. That's what you're here for, to embrace your experiences. If you'll start doing that, you'll notice that when you're with people, you start to be in the moment. Have you ever experienced being in a conversation and really vibing with the conversation? It's a beautiful thing. People see beyond the flaws and they see beauty. If you let them. Those who only see beauty in perfectionism, they themselves have some work to do. They may have a few issues. And we're just going to let them like take care of those. We're not going to judge them. We don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. But we're going to be radically self-accepting. Now, I know it's hard. I work on it every day. It's a path of self-mastery. It doesn't mean that you don't do things to help yourself feel good or look good. It just means you no longer allow yourself to totally collapse because you can't fit into a pair of jeans. My stomach's growling, sorry. You can't, you don't totally let yourself just crash out because you had an extra Twinkie or you ate a Twinkie that day. You don't crash out because you're losing your hair. Instead, you say, yes, I am imperfect. And that's okay. I'm human. And we are imperfect creatures. That's part of our beauty. That's part of our wonder. That's part of the wonder of who you are. You weren't meant to come here and be perfect. You were meant to come here and embrace the journey that you experience through your body, through your vessel. It really is that simple. And if society has you busy hating your body, hating your vessel, and you spend most of your time trying to fit into a certain image and buying all the things, making the money, you got to work to make the money, to buy all the things that make you perfect by society, and then they change what it is. It's eating up all your time. And you can't experience joy in your senses. You can't experience life, not really, because you are busy judging yourself and throwing money at an image that isn't even real. It's not based in reality. And you're missing your life, the life you're meant to live, where we're happy and joyful because we are. And we accept ourselves. Our beautiful hands, our freckle faces. We accept our brokenness and our wholeness. And we no longer hide that shit. We're not trying to be perfect. The goal is authenticity. And seeing each other as authentic people. And seeing the sameness in that, in our experiences and the differences, and allowing it to flow. Feeling the world through our journey. People miss so much having this experience. And listen, your Auntie Amy has had a lot of issues because I've had an experience in my life that I'm not going to go into, but it deeply affected me being able to get on camera and take pictures. I didn't take pictures of myself for decades. Okay? Seriously, don't take my picture. I still have triggers about it, still. It's a work in progress. So I understand, we can have things that trigger us. But the important part is moving forward, is doing what we can when we can. That's the work. That's what matters. And sometimes we do better than other times, and that's okay. That's valid. We're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for experience. Life can be about experiencing overcoming obstacles. Ugh. Well, who wants that? Well, what kind of life would it be if you never had an obstacle to overcome? You might think, oh, that's vacation. What if all you did was vacation? As a human being, after a while, you would get bored. That's why people create drama a lot of times, as a distraction or they're bored. Distraction from their own life, or they're bored with their life. Sometimes a little of both. But if you're actively engaged in your life, accepting yourself and being authentic, it's a lot harder to be bored because you're chasing your interests, You're overcoming your obstacles. You're doing your inner work. You're truly connecting with others. And your life begins to open up like a garden. And there's so many seeds to plant. There's so many trees to tend to. And there's so much good fruit to come. So your life kind of unfolds when you honor your vessel instead of dishonoring it. It is what it is. And you can force it, you can fight it, you can talk down to it and judge it. But the truth is, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you are necessary. And I am so, so glad you're here. The world is a much more beautiful place because you're here. And all your experiences and everything you've been through is part of what makes you who you are today. And you're not perfect. None of us are. And anybody who acts perfect is definitely not perfect. Your imperfections make you interesting. A lot of times those things that we think are weaknesses are actually our greatest strengths. You are beautiful. You truly are. And there's so much out there for you. It's time that you open up to that. There's something about autumn here for you guys. Something about autumn. Tell me more. I wish that I could make cookies for y'all and bring you in and give you a big hug. We all need that sometimes. A big hug, some cookies, and a card reading. Oh, we'll have drinks too. They can range from cocoa to a martini. But you know, it's girl dinner. It's girl dinner. Okay, this one flipped. So we have the Three of Wands, the God of Hope. Construction of the universe. Help with great works. Protection from adversaries. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Hope. It really makes such a difference in life. And I feel like for you, there is great hope. I feel like your spirits are building something for you. They're working on something. The spirit world around you is working on something. As you learn more and more to accept your own beauty, your own attraction, your vessel, your voice, as you step out more in your authenticity, there is a light of hope that is going to shine like a beacon. What is that one? I just have random cards that are flipped over. We have the Empress, Godfather, the Generous, fertility and fruitfulness, assures peace between married couples. There's peace coming. For some of you, there's a person. For others, it feels like there may be a deepening of a relationship. The boundary between you and your person you may be able to get over that obstacle with this acceptance of self. There's a lot of hang-ups around it. And it's, it happens. It happens. We have the World, God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. Woo! Better get ready, because your radical self-acceptance is really going to change things for you. Your spirits angels, goddesses, gods, whatever you work with, is really going to bring in an intense healing energy. And there's going to be movement in your life with the world. Okay. Some of you may actually be moving. You may be moving houses. Some of you, it may be movement in career or travel. Somebody may be planning to travel to you because you're the Empress here. Also, I'm getting like there may be somebody who gets really serious about you as far as like relationships go and may want to move it to a more permanent or even get married, like solidify it. We have the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, a 9, 10. We're in step. God, the impenetrable secret. God, humiliating the proud, the 10 of Wands. I feel like there is so much strength around you. I feel like you need to know that you're protected during this process. You're very protected. And I feel like it can be very scary to kind of practice self-acceptance, like radical self-acceptance, because you know there are people who are going to judge you. But listen, they're judging you anyway. So they might as well judge you for who you really are. You know? If you're going to judge me for who I am, not for who you think I am, or for who you've been told I am. This is who the fuck I am. Now hate. Now judge. Judge on, Judge Judy. I ain't going nowhere. There is so much strength in accepting who you are and being authentic with it. And with it comes a movement by spirit that changes your circumstances. There's something about fall here, okay? And I feel like as you're standing tall, there is an accomplishment. And I feel like the people around you who have judged you will be, I'm getting like the term called on the carpet. Like they will be also like shocked. I feel like some of you guys may go through like a glow up, but you know, I always say it's not like you just got new pants. Okay, it's not like you just got some new foundation. Like this is a soul glow. This is like you can see my soul now. You can see who the fuck I am. You're very powerful and you're very beautiful. You're very attractive. You have so much to give. And you have so much coming towards you with that. And you deserve this. And you need to take that in. You need to get in receivership of what your gods, goddesses, angels, daemons, whatever you work with, into receivership of what they have for you. It's hard to receive when you are judging yourself so harshly. So all of this energy moving into self-acceptance really helps you get into the energy of receiving from the universe, allowing good movement into your life. You may be called to put up boundaries with some people because I feel like for some of you, yes, there will be judgment. Yes, people will say awful things to you. And you have to have courage and be like, you know, oh, well, I had to make peace with people judging me about my medication, judging me about what I do, judging me for a whole lot of things. I had to say, you know what? Fuck it. This is who I am. And if you don't like who I am, that's okay. That's your right. Okay? But I'm going to keep being who I am, respectfully. And I feel like that's where you're going. And it is a beautiful journey. But it's a journey and it's just imperfect. It's an imperfect journey just as we're imperfect. There's strength in accepting your imperfections as an expression of your humanness. Your imperfections are expressions of your humanness. You don't want to be a fucking android. No, you're not an android. You're a person. And with that, you are unique and individual. Please always remember that, okay? All right, group 3, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.